Hello, I'm Dana Mickelson, a loss prevention specialist. I've been at SFM for 15 years and working as a loss prevention consultant in commercial insurance for 21 years. I'm going to define workplace violence, discuss the prevalence of workplace violence-related injuries, and define de-escalation. OSHA defines workplace violence as any act or threat of physical violence, harassment, intimidation, or other threatening, disruptive behavior that occurs at work. Acts can comprise of written, verbal, or physical aggression, including assaults and homicides. Workplace violence can involve not only employees, but clients, customers, and visitors. The Department of Labor and Industry further states that workplace violence actions are intended to control or cause, or is capable of causing, death or bodily injury to oneself or others and/or property damage. While SFM's focus is the impact workplace violence can have on employees, it is important to recognize that such violence can also have broader implications beyond workers' compensation. According to the National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health, there are 4 categories of workplace violence. Type 1, or criminal intent, means that the perpetrator has no relationship to the business or its employees and is usually committing a crime in conjunction with the violence, such as robbery. Type 2, customer and client, occurs when a customer or client escalates or becomes violent during interactions with employees. This is the most common type of workplace violence that we see within workers' compensation. Type 3, worker on worker, occurs when there is workplace violence between coworkers, which can arise from workplace conflicts or interpersonal conflicts. Type 4, physical relationship, means that the perpetrator has a relationship to an employee outside of work that spills into the work environment. For example, a spouse of an employee comes to work and could put the entire worksite in danger. All categories could result in potential workers' compensation claims depending on the facts of the incident. It may seem that the term workplace violence only implies violent assaults or crimes, but from SFM's view, workplace violence covers a broad spectrum of incidents. The most frequent type of workplace violence claims stem from combative clients, residents, or students in healthcare, social services, and school environments. These claims include bites, punches, kicks, hair pulling, headbutting, and more. They are typically not severe, but have the potential to be severe. Although less frequent, SFM also receives claims from violent assaults. Each year, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, or BLS, gathers data from approximately 200,000 employers for the survey of occupational injuries and illnesses. This infographic provides an overview of non-fatal assault trends using data from BLS. Assaults are categorized as intentional injury inflicted by another person and includes, but is not limited to, hitting, kicking, stabbing, shootings, and verbal assaults. The line graph shows an increase in days away from work cases over the past several years. There were over 41,000 days away from work cases and over 57,000 days away restriction or transfer cases from assaults in 2021 and 2022. At SFM, we classify workplace violence claims as fellow/patient or crime. The solid line on this chart shows the proportion of fellow, patient, and crime claims relative to all SFM claims since 2014. The decrease in 2020 is from the pandemic. We most likely saw the biggest decrease from schools since students were learning from home. I also want to note that some of the fellow patient claims are patient handling claims, which could not be removed for this analysis. The dotted line illustrates an increase in fellow patient and crime claims over the past 10 years, which aligns with the national trend reported by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. The proportion of SFM claims from the fellow patient and crime injury sources over the past 5 years are primarily from two industries, education and healthcare. Claims from these industries mostly fall under Type 2 of the 4 categories of workplace violence, customer and client. For example, an escalated student punching a teacher or a resident biting a healthcare worker. Industries in the all other category include property management and banks, where workplace violence can happen in any industry. While workplace violence can occur in any environment, certain factors and industries can increase the risk. Employees who work alone, such as delivery drivers, or those who work in isolated areas may have an increased risk. The time of day, such as late night shifts in convenience stores, and the location of the workplace, particularly in areas with higher crime rates, can also influence the level of risk. Industries that provide services and have a high interaction with the public or customers, such as hospitality, retail, customer service agents, and property management, as well as those in care-related fields like healthcare and social services, tend to experience a higher risk. Additionally, employees who handle money, such as bank employees, or those working in environments where alcohol is served, have an increased risk. One of the main components of preventing or reducing workplace violence is through de-escalation. De-escalation is the process of managing others' behaviors with your own, using tactics to prevent or slow potential violence. Tactics include using purposeful actions without physical force or with a reduction of force, verbal communication, and body language to diffuse volatile situations. Thank you for watching. You can find more educational work comp videos at sfmic.com/webinars.